Hey guys, this is Matthew here again with another video number 3 in this 10-part video series on answering all the quality coaching questions that I receive in my practice and exactly how to implement the coaching ideas and mentoring ideas into your daily life. That's what we're covering here. And the main question that we're covering today is, how do I know if I'm getting results? How do I know if I'm getting results with all the tools and techniques and mindset training and the daily implementation and action that I'm taking in my life? How do I know if I'm actually making progress? So that's a great question. And certainly when you're beginning the coaching process, when you're beginning to work with a mentor or a guide of some kind, it can be challenging to see the progress that you're actually making. And a large part of that reasoning is simply because at the beginning of the period of time where you're engaging in this coaching and mentoring, there's a lot of garbage that you're emptying out of your system. So you don't necessarily realize whether or not you're making progress at the beginning because you've been hanging on to so much emotional baggage, mental baggage, belief systems that just aren't serving you in the sense that they're negative belief systems and they've been limiting in some way. So as you begin to realize all the things that you've been addicted to that have not been profitable for you, or all the things that you've been attached to that are no longer serving you, you start to realize, hey, there's some progress happening, but there is a period of time when you first start, between when you start seeing results. Normally it's about 30 days is within that time frame you'll start seeing some significant difference. However, I suggest to my clients to give coaching, to give mentorship 3-month increments. So that's how I work with my clients, is we do it in 3-month blocks, and that way you can do a genuine reflection every 90 days on the progress that you're making. And that's of course a tool that you can simply use in your own life when you start developing some new habits or new ideas or new mindsets about how to gauge what you're doing in life and how to have a more positive outlook and experience things with a greater level of joy. Simply do 90-day increments. And there has been some research that says forming new habits actually takes between 60 and 70 days rather than the previously or more common understanding of 21 days. And both are valid, both have their place, so you'll certainly see progress within 30 days, but I think it's a great genuine reflection period point to look at it every 90 days and just to see how have I changed? And if you're working towards a specific goal, you can gauge it that way. If you're just kind of working on yourself, whether it's spiritually or emotionally in terms of your belief systems, check, how am I perceiving reality now? Am I happier? Am I less angry about things? Do I get less impatient or less frustrated? Or do I feel less guilty about what I'm doing in my life? Do I feel more liberated, more free, more uplifted in what I'm doing daily? And the situations and circumstances in my life haven't necessarily changed. I'm just looking at them from a more positive viewpoint. So that's a great way to evaluate the progress that you're making from a core belief standpoint, is if you're in the same situations, are you responding to them differently? And that's the core foundation, the core idea that tells you on an internal level that you have made a change and that you are getting the results you desire. Is if you're faced with the same or similar situations from the past, but rather than react in the way that you used to, in this case, most likely in a negative way, with upset or frustration or anger or whatever the negative emotion is, now you're responding from a positive viewpoint. So you're more patient about it, or more enthusiastic about it, or more excited about it, or more happy that, hey, realizing this is a challenge and it's here to help me integrate all aspects of myself so that I can become even greater, even more powerful, and invite even more great and wonderful miracles and magic into my life. So as you gauge along your path, how do I know I'm making progress? It's simply based on your inner state. And you may have heard the idea that circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. So it's really your own internal state of being, internal mindset, internal feelings, vibration, emotions that determine how you're going to respond to a situation. So when you start putting that into alignment, start being your most authentic self at all times, in all situations, with all people, then guaranteed you're going to start feeling better about it, experiencing the same situations in a different way, and inevitably that leads you to have the chance of the situation that you do prefer transpiring as well. So one thing leads to the next, but the core root of it is simply feel great. Feel as great as you can in this moment right now. Be your most authentic self right now. Don't expect circumstances to change for you. And do those evaluation periods every 90 days to simply say, hey, the things that I used to experience in the past, how am I responding to them now? Am I more positive about it? Do I see it from a different point of view? Am I more excited and energized and enthusiastic about approaching these same things that before I had a different interpretation of? So those are some great ways to develop the mindset that, yes, absolutely I'm making progress. We're always making progress. It's just a matter if you're actually looking for it. So, thanks for watching the short video here. I'll be following up with the next video over several days, and I wish you luck with this. And the question I would say is, if you look at your life over the past 90 days today as you're watching this video, what are some key indicators that you have been making changes and shifts in your life in terms of having a more positive outlook or having some miraculous circumstances transpire? Just do a bit of an audit and see, what are all the synchronicity that's taken place in my life over the past 3 months that maybe I hadn't really recognized, that actually demonstrates that I'm getting results in my life with what I'm doing. So feel free to answer that question in the comments section below. Also, if you have any questions about the video itself, please ask, and I'll be here to support and provide any further information. And I look forward to hearing all your comments and questions and replies. So thanks again for checking out the video, and I'll see you next time.